Deep in the Highlands of Scotland, men still rule themselves. Yes, men and boys still can wear the classic clothes of their ancestors. The Scottish kilt or tartan was the only way that men of different clans could identify themselves whenever events took place. Events like the Scottish Games, where men threw large logs to match how far they could throw them and determine who was the strongest clansman. They also had dance matches, showing who could kick their feet and legs into the air the fastest and who could keep step to the bagpipes that were playing, or even fiddles would play. Kilts or tartans were used to identify clans in fights that took place between the English redcoats and the Scottish clans who fought against the English takeover of their lands. At one point in history, they even outlawed kilts for a while because they didn't feel it was dignified for men to wear them. Common sense prevailed and they were allowed again after a 100-year ban, or something close to that amount of time. Yes, men and boys had their own style of clothing and women were never allowed to wear the kilt. They wore a type of tartan that was long flowing dresses to the ankles, never the knees. The kilt has origins that go back as far as Roman times when men wore tunics and togas. Senators were distinguished by their togas and the different colors that they were, identifying their class set in society. In the past 50 years in Scotland, whenever competitions were done in the 1960s, girls were seen wearing kilts but it was discouraged thereafter and now they wear white frocks and white stockings today. Girls should wear what distinguishes themselves different than men and men should wear what they wore for more than 400 years. Kilts are a uniquely masculine clothing piece, no matter what women try to change about them. Women in the 21st century believe they are the only voice in clothing, styles, fashion, etc. They are totally wrong. Men have as much right to wear what they want as the egotistical girl does. Kilts are one of the most recognized articles of clothing in the United Kingdom, yet women want only themselves recognized to wear one particular type of clothing or its clothes facs mile, the dress. Sorry, but men wore them a lot longer than women ever did. In Roman times, men wore tunics and calabiums while women wore long robe-like dresses to distinguish themselves from others. Men had dominance because that's what God made men for. Not weaklings as we have today. This is why homosexuality is forced on society. Men don't know who they are anymore. Women are to blame for this too because the more they degrade men, the less they feel important. Everywhere on television, film, and even newspaper, the world is being brainwashed to believe that women are the only ones who matter. Is it a part of the New World Order? Men are unimportant, defamated by society, unvalued. The end result will only be what we are seeing all around us. Degenerate people who care about nothing. Women should tip their hats to that. It is the ongoing devalue of human life that has spawned this attitude. The Scottish kilt is a man's last identified article of clothing that makes himself distinct. Let women flush their heads in narcotics usage and leave men alone. It's too late to hope that society will ever be better. Women have made sure of that. So let them squander themselves in guilt when civilization comes crashing down. It's close, believe me. My ancestors were Scottish men, and to those who are Scottish, I say it's time for men take control of their own destiny again. Don't let the feminine or female persona affect or influence how you see yourself. Resist and defend the masculine and detest and degrade the feminine. There's no more need to hear a woman's mouth say, "It's our bodies, it's our choice." I say, it's my body and it's my right to wear whatever I want to.